Good morning. Here we are at good old BWI in Schulenburg, Texas again. As y'all probably know, I'm Gary Pushowski. Visiting with me today from Texarkana is Mike Geyer.
Mike from Texarkana,
Yep.
I'm new seat coordinator in Texarkana.
That's correct, and he's here to go over with me a little bit about lot control and lot maintenance. So we can get started simply by printing the lot control report, and it's done by your normal sign-on 53915, and enter. It brings up Texarkana. Hit enter again, and it brings up his report. So to print it, once you have done that, you hit F8. Make sure you select the right printer, which in this case we're going to use P8. Enter, and it should print. Okay, so here's the report we printed off the printer in the front office there. It's a lot testing schedule report. It's got the item number, item code, lot number, and then here you can see some test dates that are missing off of some of the items. You also see expiration dates that are on here, some pretty current and some farther down the road. We're gonna go through and we're gonna do the top few of these, maybe punch up some item codes off the top, maybe 4 or 5, and get a location on them, and then physically go out in the warehouse and check to see if we actually have these lot numbers with these items. So to do that, as you all know, 3910 will work, and your item code, which is FSB 8520, FSB 8520. Punch it up, and the location on that is going to be, and I usually just write it anywhere to the side here, so you can take this report with you. It's going to be RSD 116C4, 116C4. So that's the location of the first item. The second item is same way. Punch up the item code, FSDAI 50. Location on that item, it shows that he actually has 7 on this item. The item before had 0 on hand. We might make a note of that too. Maybe over to the side or to the side of the code 0. Over here we'll put a 0. The next item has 7 on hand. That way when you go to the location you can see that the first item had 0, but let's go check it. And let's go, maybe inventory's off. We'll catch 2 things. We may catch it that it's a bag or 2. And if it is, then you can write that lot number down and get all the information on it. Maybe change the date, or add the date in this case. The second item I punched up, like I said, has 7 on hand. You can count that. That's easy to count 7, 7 bags. Make sure it is that lot number. Perhaps it is, perhaps it ain't. If it ain't, we'll go in and we'll delete it. If it is, we'll give it a test date. So these top few items that you see on here, 2 things are wrong. The first thing is no test date. The second is if inventory is 0, it shouldn't be in there anyway. So you're going to accomplish 2 things by going physically out in a warehouse and checking these 2 items. So there you go. Here's your report. Good luck.
Okay, we're back in Texarkana now. I'm going over my lot testing report. So I'm going to pull up the first code on the report under 3910 screen. First one on my report, FSB 8520. FSB 8520 shows we don't have any on hand, but I still like to physically go out to the location and make sure that there is 0 in hand, because you never know, your inventory could be off or whatever. You might have 1 bag or 2 bags, so you physically go out to your location. I usually grab my gun, take it with me. So I'll pull that same code up on 3910. FSB 8520. RSD 116C4. Head out that way. Go ahead. Alright, so RSD 116C4. There's the location. There's no product here. Okay, so I'm back in the office. There was no product in the location, so now what do? So I got this cheat sheet I can go back to. If the lot is not found or if the item is verified to have zero quantity, in WMS option 53912, type in the item number and the lot number. 53912 FSB 8520 TOTF 0115 and then enter. Oh, it'd help if I type it right. Okay, this one already has an expiration date set up, so that would have been done when it was received. But I'm going to change that. Since we have none, I'm going to put today's date. 10/20/15. Enter. And we can check our work by going to 53915 screen. Okay, so I've pulled this up on 53915. And there's the FSB 8520, the lot number that I put in, and there's shows the expiration date. So next week this will drop out automatically. Okay, so now we'll work on the next item on the list, which I got some FS Dicon 50. So we'll go back to 3910. FS Dicon 50. Enter. And this one shows that I do have some. I have 4 bags on hand. So we will have to actually go out there and check to see if what is on hand is this lot number. Okay, so here we are at the location for the Dicon Radish, RI 151. I need to look at the product tag. It does match the lot number that's on this report, and it's showing a test date of 115. So I usually jot that down on here, and then I go back into the computer and update it on 53912. Okay, so we're back in here from out in the warehouse. I've checked on that product. It is technically out of date. So I need to, if the lot is found and test date is more than 8 months old, I need to check the sales history to determine when the item should be submitted for a test or a label. Okay, so I use 4150 on that. '01 warehouse, FS Dicon 50. Enter. It shows how I sell it month to month. It's not showing that we sell any normally in September, but it does show it in October, and by October it will actually be out of date. So I need to send off a sample now for this product.
Pushed over this week.